another video on how to make millions of credits. So this video is part of a new series that I'm going to be doing, which is every 1 or 2 patches or so I'm going to be doing an update upon what are the top 5 ways I think at the moment that that video is uploaded are the best way to make millions of credits. This is going to be based a lot upon player feedback. I get a lot of feedback in my comment section, in-game whispers, in-game mail, also private messages, people saying the tips that they really enjoyed, people saying, I made hundreds of thousands of credits using this tip, thank you so much. And then I want to highlight that tip and let you guys know that it's working for a lot of people, and so you should be using it if you want to use really easy ways to make millions of credits in game. So let's get started. So in no particular order, and a lot of these are recaps, so if you've been keeping up to date with all my videos, this is probably not going to be the most useful video to you because you already know them. But for those players who haven't watched every single millions of credits video that I've uploaded, maybe this video is going to be useful to you as a brief kind of recap in terms of what I think are the best ways to make credits. And if you want more detailed videos, the videos are all on my channel. I have a Get Credits Fast playlist, which has all the videos that I've ever posted on how to make millions of credits. So you can always go check there for more detailed videos. But this is just going to be a really brief overview. Now, the first tip that I want to highlight is the one that's gotten the most positive reception. A lot of people have really loved this tip. A lot of people send me messages letting me know that this has really worked out well for them. So on the GTN, there's a universal prefab. There's a green version, a blue version, and a purple version. And the green version, you can pick it up for 40,000 credits. At this moment, I've seen this go as low as 20 to 25,000 credits. And once again, with this tip, it's very highly dependent upon what server you're on and what prices are going for on the GTN. Personally, I think this only really works on the Harbinger server because it has such a high population, and so things often sell pretty cheap. Once again, you have to keep note of the fluctuation, right? These prices of these universal prefabs and the resulting decorations that you convert them to fluctuate a lot on the GTN. So you have to be mindful of the market at that time and what people are willing to pay for it and sell it for. You can pick these up for 65,000 and these for 75,000. So keeping that in mind, in essence what this tip is you buy this universal prefab for a pretty cheap price off the GTN. And then there's a vendor that you can convert those prefabs into decorations. And then you take that decoration, which is not bound, and you can go and sell it on the GTN. So the vendor is over here. And once again, this is a utilities vendor. And what that means is these utilities are often very high in demand and they sell pretty well. Once again, on the Harbinger, where there's a high population and a lot of people have guild flagships or strongholds or guild strongholds, and they often want a lot of these to put in their guild because they want it to have some functionality. So, and once again, be very mindful of what these are selling for on the GTN, because the prices often fluctuate. But I think the best thing to buy is the item modification station. It costs one universal prefab MK1, which, if you can remember, costs about 40,000 credits at this moment. What ends up happening is you can buy a universal prefab for 40,000 credits, convert it to this item modification station, and then sell the item modification station on the GTN for 100 to 200,000 credits. I personally have sold a bunch of them for 220,000 credits each. So that's just a straight conversion of 40,000 credits to 220,000 credits in a few seconds, doing absolutely nothing. So I've gotten a lot of positive reception on this. It's a great tip. It's worked for me a lot. It's worked for other people. So if you want to go out and try it out, totally do so. I would definitely suggest doing it on the Harbinger server. It's a highly populated server. Best place to do this. Okay, the second tip I want to give, which is a recent tip that I found out, and I've already done 2 videos on it. And I'm going to be doing one more very, very detailed video on this because I think it's just an amazing way to make millions of credits, and it's a really fun way as well. And that's hypercrates. So if you see here, hypercrates you can get off the GTN. You can get really good deals of hypercrates on the GTN. Did I spell something wrong? No, I didn't. Okay, yeah, I think you can't do plural hypercrates. Okay. If you look here, look at this. The disavowed packs have gone as low as 10.3 million credits. That's great. But the bottom line of this tip, and once again, a much more detailed video is coming out, is If you buy a hypercrate for under 11 million credits, and remember, the lower you go, the more profit you're going to make. So 10.3 million is a great price. If you buy it at this price and you open it and you take all the grand chance cubes, all of the companion gifts, and then all the Java scrap you get, if you take that Java scrap and convert that to companion gifts from the Java scrap vendors, and you sell everything, you'll make your money back. And often you make a few 100,000 credits more than your money back. I've done this with my, I've done this, and I'm going to be doing a video of it showing you just how great it is. And the point is, everything else you get from the pack is your profit. So all those silver and gold items that pop out of this pack are your profit. And once again, you have no risk, and you have a chance of getting really great items like the Nexu or the Vectron Vertica, or of course the Unstable Arbiter's Lightsaber. So you have a chance of getting these really rare items, and for really just no cost whatsoever. You buy a hypercrate for under 11 million, you make your money back, and then you have a chance of getting a really good item. And then once again, even if you don't get, the big jackpot item like the lightsaber, you still have a bunch of other items like gold armor sets and stuff that popped out of these packs that are your profit. And so you're just making profit by doing absolutely nothing. So it's a great method. If you're a little confused as to what I just said, I will be doing a more detailed video, but that's the gist of it. The third method of how to make millions of credits are, and I mention this in almost every video like this that I do because it's just such a great method, is converting Warzone commendations to credits. I'm also thinking about doing a little bit of a more detailed video because I have a few other tidbits of information I want to mention. But the gist of this is, you play a few Warzones, you get the Warzone commendations, and then you can convert those Warzone commendations to, once again, a decoration from this vendor here, the Starfighter and PvP decoration vendor in the Strongholds and Crew Skills area. And so you can convert it to a decoration. Then you take that decoration and you sell it on the Galactic Trade Market and on the GTN, and you literally, once you spent about 1,000 Warzone commendations, you can make hundreds of thousands, and if you're lucky, maybe even millions of credits. I have gotten great reception from this as well, and the reason is because it's just so easily accessible. Anyone can do Warzones, and anyone can make hundreds of thousands of credits by selling their Warzone commendations, because a lot of people don't PvP. But they do it maybe sometimes just because they feel like doing it, and then they have these useless Warzone commendations, and for especially for players that aren't level 65, haven't hit the level cap, these are useless to them because they can't buy gear with it. But now they can use it to make credits and have more fun in the game. One great other thing about this is it's really accessible to low-level players. Someone can just have started playing this game, have a level 10 character, and that's their only character ever. And after playing a few Warzones, they can have hundreds of thousands of credits. Literally, they just do the weekly, they buy the decoration, put the decoration in the GTN, sell it, and they have hundreds of thousands of credits. I really can't think of any other way that a player who just started playing this game can have hundreds of thousands of credits that quickly, that easily. So that's why this has gotten such great reception, and I'm going to put it in this video as well because it's definitely one of my top ways of making millions of credits. Alright, going into number 4. This one I can't really get into that great depth without doing a compilation of videos, but it's server switching, and I have put up a few videos of these on my channel, which is just me, saying I made this many millions of credits doing absolutely nothing because that's what I did. I play on 2 primary servers. I play on the Harbinger and I play on the Begeron Colony. The Harbinger is the server usually where I buy things from because such a high population that items often sell for very cheap, and the Begeron Colony is where I sell because it has a high population, so things sell very quickly. But things often sell for much higher than they'd sell on the Harbinger. So what I put some videos up on is me buying things for very cheap on the Harbinger and then just spending the 90 cartel coins to transfer the character to the Begeron Colony. And then I put that same item up on the Begeron Colony for hundreds of thousands, if not sometimes millions more credits, depending upon how much in bulk I buy. And then I've made that profit doing absolutely nothing. So I have videos up on my channel showing you how I made millions of credits doing this, just by doing this server switching. And definitely, server switching is just something that not a lot of players do because it takes a little bit of time and effort, and it takes a little bit of knowledge in terms of what things are selling for on different servers. But because I play on both servers, I'm able to do so, and I think you guys should try to get accustomed to it, because once you do, it's such an easy way to make millions of credits, and you'll find that often you'll be making tons of credits just doing absolutely nothing, because you see a really great deal. Oh, you snatch it up, transfer, sell, and you've made millions of credits. So that's my fourth method. My fifth and final method is the four methods that I've just explained to you. You'll find that those are dealing with how you can make millions of credits doing nothing. So you don't have to spend hours playing the game. You don't have to grind credits or anything. You can just open a few packs or buy something off the GTN, play the GTN, and a few minutes later you've made hundreds of thousands of credits doing nothing, millions of credits a lot of the time. But for people who have the time to grind credits, heroics are the best way. And I've mentioned this in my previous video, but I think I left out a few very important bits of information. The first thing is, if you truly want to get the most credits out of doing heroics, you should first of all be grouped up, definitely. You're just losing time if you're not grouped up, because you'll find that a 4-person group will shoot through these heroics so quickly, especially these low-level heroics like on Drome and Cast. Like, as a single player you could do this really quickly, but in a group of 4, you'll be finished them in matters of minutes, and you should definitely be grouped up. The second thing is the rewards that you get. Aside from the straight-up credit reward, you should be taking your locked supply crates to the Odessan Alliance Conclave, and you should be converting it to companion gifts. And then you should be selling those companion gifts on the GTN. That way you're getting the most credits out of doing heroics. You should be taking your common data crystals to the vendor at Odessan, and that vendor will allow you to convert these to legendary companion gifts. And once again, you should be selling those legendary companion gifts on the GTN. And finally, these glowing data crystals, you should be at that same vendor that allows you to convert these to companion gifts. That vendor will allow you to convert the glowing data crystals to exotic isotope stabilizer. And you can sell that exotic isotope stabilizer for 60,000 credits each on the GTN, upwards of 60,000 credits each. So you should be definitely doing that conversion as well. And you'll find that after you've done a bunch of heroics, even just an hour of doing heroics, you'll have racked up a whole bunch of these. And you should not just be hanging on to them or wasting them. If you're into making credits, you should be doing that. That's going to get you the most bang for your buck, I guess you could say. It's going to be making you the most amount of credits for doing heroics. So those are my top 5 as of patch 4.3. I've got tons of more videos coming up, tons of more tips. As usual, if you have any questions, any concerns, any of these tips really helped you, just mention in the comment section, and I'll always reply, I'll always answer. Otherwise, if you want more detailed videos, they're all on my channel. I have a Get Credits Fast playlist that you can check out, where all my videos are up there. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next video.